T20 test. T20 test on one day. India, England, Australia. A four-up lucky big three-side slayer. What a player! What a player! What a player! Discusses, zinger bells, and white balls to hells. Baggy greens for long from New South Wales. Is the RPL heaven or hell? Will the 100 fail or do quite well? What a player! What a player! What a player!
After 5 days of seesaw battle, one team after another, one player after another, we've seen many batting performances, many bowling performances, and actually on day 5, up until tea time, I was not confident that it will be a result which India will pull off. Guess what? 151 runs is what India won with. Welcome back to Water Player Concussion Sub Series. Day 5 of Lords just got over. The rush of blood is still there with me. Right? I'm still pumped. I don't know what Syed and Vishak think, but the last 5 overs, I was very, very, very nervous. But eventually, guess what? India won a test match overseas. Welcome, Vishak and Syed. How happy are you guys?
Definitely very happy. And as you said, right, when that partnership between Robinson and Butler was going on, it was all tense moments. It looked like they were recreating Shami and Bumrah partnership, and we got those 3 wickets pretty quickly, and we finally won the match. So very excited. Final another win at Lords. So the similar thing happened in 2014. We should not forget that we drew at Nottingham, won at Lords, and then lost the series. So this time we have to be more careful. We have won this, we are ahead. We have to continue with the momentum and try to win the series.
And Syed, happy Independence Day, my friend, from yesterday.
Unbelievable, right? So yesterday, Sabha sir was saying that when ending the show, he was telling definitely India going to pull up a win. And late night yesterday, when we were watching West Indies match, me and Vishak were discussing that we wanted to have West Indies and India win. And even that time, it was just a dream for us. But after that, Rishabh Pant lost, and after that, the partnership. Still, we didn't believe that okay, India can push for a win, but somehow it was unbelievable day for us.
And Ajay PK is back into action again. Looks like he's taken a sick off, Vijay. Ajay has taken a sick off. Vishak, what do you think? His Monday sick off is worth it? And Sanjay Dubey, who's always bought tickets and some unforeseen situation. Today was unforeseen too. India pulled a victory out of nowhere.
Yeah, but whenever Sanjay takes a leave or goes to a match, it's always been bad for India. So ideally, sometimes it gets washed off or India loses. And luckily today he went on the right day. He went, and we were all kind of teasing him, saying he has picked a ticket for a 5th day and the match should go to the 5th day. Even if it goes, it should not rain. And finally, he went to watch a riveting day of Test cricket. And at the end, India won it. And again, Ajay, I think he's taken the leave at the right point of time, and his leave was worth it.
And Syed, it's complete team performance, isn't it? You take a look. 8 wickets for Mohammad Siraj. We will talk about Mia quite a lot. Mohammad Shami, 56 not out. Jasprit Bumrah, 34 not out. And guess what? 34 not out is the highest score from all the England second innings players. So Bumrah scored more than all the England. And then Bumrah took 3 wickets. KL Rahul set the day 1 for 129, deservedly man of the match. We'll talk about it. And then Cheteshwar Pujara and Ajinkya Rahane partnership. Isn't this a complete team performance?
Absolutely. I think this is what we've been doing in last 2 series. Even if you look at from the Australia series, right? Whenever the team is pushed against the wall, this team somehow finds heroes within ourselves and come up to the top and win matches. So we saw that after 36 all out. We saw that the Sydney match where we saved Vihari and Ashwin out of the blue came and saved a test match. And then we saw in the end of Brisbane where Pant taking us to victory, Siraj pulling up a fifer, and same happened today as well. So everyone, when we thought that even after having a great day one, Roots 100 brought them back to the game, and we lost quick wickets, 50 odd for three in second innings. Everyone thought it's all gone. Then again, a partnership comes for 100 plus with Rahane and Pujara. And today, who would have thought that partnership with Bumrah and Shami, even though they had a great. One more fun fact to add is in 2018 series against England, the total runs made by 8 to 11, number 8 to number 11 was 78 runs for India. And today the one partnership was 89 not out. So that shows how the team has come back. And more importantly, this team has this ability of taking 20 wickets regularly in a overseas condition. So that is one of the biggest positive for India for this win. So
Some,
great comeback.
some great points. And Vishak, at the start of the series, we previewed with Gorilla Cricket. Sanjay and Bear again should be eating their words. And by the way, Anil Jain says that we should dedicate this win to Sanjay. Finally, it paid off. I think it's a brilliant point. But coming back in, the tailenders were always under scrutiny. And I think the tailenders were said worst in the world and so on and so forth. Today's win was a big contributing factor because our tailenders contributed. As much as
In
we
fact,
need the words, but that has been the definitive factor, isn't it, Vishal?
even I am eating my own words. I went with Bear and I said like we have to play both Jadeja and Ashwin in that because our tailenders are weak and they are not contributing. But I think credit to them. They're batting as Kohli and others had mentioned. It's like the tailenders are batting more in the nets and they're practicing. They know that if India have to win matches overseas, we need to have significant contribution in the lower order. The same thing was highlighted by Kohli in the post-match presentation as well, that we need contributions from. And when we were winning, he said like in that 1.5 years when they had very good period, the tailenders were contributing, and that's what they missed at a later point of time. And now again they're focusing on that, which is a good sign. If we get some runs period, it's like I'm not expecting 100-run partnership like 89 or 90-run partnership. If 8 to 11 can contribute 70 to 80 runs together, that would itself be a big kind of a boost. So
Yeah.
it was definitely a good thing. I think again England today missed a big trick. They got the new ball, they got Pant out, and then they just ran into emotions, thinking Indians dished out short balls. Let's give it back. With the new ball, when you're bowling short balls again, you're roughing up the ball and you're just wasting up the new ball. Instead, if they had bowled fuller and got some swing, there was also some cover also. They
Mm.
were literally wasted the new ball. And later, if you see, Wood was injured. Anderson also didn't seem fit. And later, if you see at a certain point, Anderson didn't bowl for 1 hour. Just bowled 3 overs and didn't bowl for 1 hour.
Yeah.
And again, after that, it seemed pretty easy because Sam Curran, Moeen Ali, and all started bowling, and that banter which happened between Bumrah and the England team, right? That seemed to fire them up, and until then they were slogging, and they started playing proper cricket shots after that. So it kind of stirred them up, and it's for the good. And even if you see Shami, right, usually he comes out and he slogs. He does not play proper cricket. It was good to see him play proper cricket today, which is heartening. If our tailenders can bat, it's just that they have to apply themselves and they have to bat properly.
There
It
is
was it was Blizzard captaincy from Root as well, right? Looking at his field placements, I don't know. Bumrah would have faced like what 2-3 balls, and Shami just came into the crease, and you're spreading the fielders all over the place. Where the lead was only like 160, and you try to take wickets. I don't know. It was very defensive. That actually, I'm not sure like what Vishak said. He went into emotion, but I don't see why Root would actually go with that plan of just because one over from Bumrah had. Created that first, and he goes with the plan to have attacking bouncers to all the tailenders. So I think that is not the right way of captaincy. I don't know. Root actually, who brought in England in this game, somehow I feel that he left them out with that particular period of 15-20 overs.
Root historically has been defensive captain, and I think that's been the differential aspect, especially the second innings of both the teams. Virat Kohli body language, the team body language. A lot of comments are coming in that we were giving back at the back of the sledging which we got. Now, let me ask you both of you a question. Out of all the 10 wickets which fell, which was your favorite wicket and why? And who took it?
I think Joe Root, because the way he has been dominating us, and I think there was some discussion which happened during the dressing room in the tea break on who should bowl the first over, I guess, and yeah, as soon as Virat Kohli caught it, he was signaling to someone in the dressing room saying that I told Bumrah should have bowled, or something like a signal. So I think that was the main wicket. That was the turning point, kind of. If Root had stayed on, he could have batted around. He would have made sure others batted around him, and the match would have been a draw. So that was a special wicket, and again, um, yeah, I'm lost for words, kind of. So after this win,
I guess
so,
the two wickets, right? So we know from the first innings, a couple of batters who had a decent touch was Bairstow and Root. So a wicket before tea of Bairstow, a lucky review. Like Virat also mentioned in his presentation, he go with the gut for the DRS, and luckily it came off, and Root's wicket obviously. But other two wickets I felt was very crucial at that time was we had a drop catch of Josh Butler, and there was a wicket on a no ball of Moeen Ali, and Siraj comes and bowls one full over of maiden across the line for Moeen Ali. Next over, he just changes 1 or 2 inches this side of the length, and he takes two wickets back to back. So I think that comeback pumped up. Suddenly, from 5 wickets, you are looking at 7 wickets and 3 more wickets. That actually changed the course of the match, I would say.
For me, I think Mohammad Shami getting Sibley, that was a peach. Beautiful delivery, nice and swing right outside off some. And I think any batsman either would have missed it or nicked it. That's number one. Number two, Siraj getting Curran on King pair. That was brilliant, as much as he was tentative. And number three, Bumrah getting Ollie Robinson around the wicket with a
that was
slow.
a brilliant slower ball. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. I think those three kind of gave that pump in the energy, and we knew that after those three, especially Ollie Robinson wicket, kind of gave me a very positive feeling that I think India will win.
It's like that IPL kind of wicket Bumrah usually takes with the slow ball, right?
Yeah.
So,
No, it was a very good setup. He bowled two bounces, and then he bowled to land that slower ball perfectly on leg stump, and it deviated. It was kind of an off cutter. It deviated, and it was going to hit the stumps. If I had it gone straight on, it would have missed off stump.
Yeah.
It was a perfect off cutter kind of a delivery. So it was a perfect setup.
Most definitely. And I know fifth day energy is high. We are all happy about the bowlers, Jinx and Pujara contributions because it's fresh on the weekend. But how good was that 100 plus opening partnership on opening day? I know a lot of people are not happy about KL Rahul being man of the match, but I personally feel that partnership set the game up. Otherwise, we would have had like 100 plus lead for England and we would be catch up. Thoughts?
correct.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
actually set up the match, right? So we lost the toss. We wanted to bowl. We were sent in to bat, and on that overcast condition, we didn't lose for 100 runs partnership. And KL Rahul, how good was that? 105 balls for 20 runs to ease out the pressure at the other end. So I think that was a very crucial partnership. Unfortunately, we know that the middle order didn't click, but that actually set up on day one. That actually gave us the upper hand, and that particular 350 odd runs of opening first inning score is very crucial on these kind of wickets. So I think it's a great contribution. Hope they continue throughout the Test series, which is very important for India to have.
And one more thing I would want to highlight. They were England when that definitely set the game up. But again, England were 280 for 4 or something in the first innings. And that spell from Ishant Sharma and Mohammad Siraj actually changed it and kind of made sure that actually they were looking at more than 100 lead at that point of time, with Root going great guns and Bairstow also going great guns. So at that point of time, bringing the game back, picking up those crucial wickets were also key, and just restricting that lead to 27. That was a very crucial point. And then definitely today's point, and there are a couple of other things as well, that 100-run partnership and today's first session. The way the two I wouldn't call them tailenders now. The way Shami and Bumrah batted, definitely these were kind of the turning points. And if you see, actually, England actually dominated this test match for the first 4 days. They had 7 sessions, and India had only, sorry, 6 sessions, and India had 4 sessions. And India won all the 3 sessions today. Had England planned properly in that first innings, like I said, if they had bowled Fuller with a new ball and gone for the wickets, maybe they would have won this test match. Because there are people who are saying that we could have declared overnight. I saw some comments over there, but actually it was the total which made the total and the number of overs which made the difference. They not only scored the runs, but they also made sure they ate up time and also scored those runs as well and ate up some overs, which meant that England could not go for a win and they had to go defensive.
Yeah.
And that actually played into our hands. When you're playing defensive without intent, there is more chance of getting out on a fifth day wicket. That's what happened.
Absolutely. And one bad session for England, especially when it really matters today, I think that costed them. And I felt that they got complacent after Rishabh Pant wicket, and they must have thought that they'll clean up and they'll bowl bouncer and rattled off. But in process, they missed that bowling straight balls or bowling swing right outside the off stump is where they missed the trick. A couple more questions from India perspective. Everything looks hunky-dory. Everything looks beautiful. In 2 days, our sentiments, moods, feelings towards the players completely changed. Seems like the template will continue, Syed. The disappointing news is Ishant Sharma is not sitting back and Ashwin's not coming back. And Jadeja, unlikely he'll be dropped. And where is the third test match? I don't remember. Is it what?
Oval?
Oval?
Oval is fourth. Oval is fourth. Oval is fourth.
Okay. So thoughts on template? I think India will retain early days, but I'll be shocked if they, unless there is a injury, to change the playing 11.
Yeah, unfortunately, right. So maybe if it was a draw, probably there would have been a lot of changes are expected. But there is a 10-day break. I think next Wednesday is the next test match.
Yeah.
So hopefully, one more stat is this is the first time or second time after debut series of Sachin Tendulkar, back-to-back 2 test matches, a spinner has not taken a single wicket. So that has happened only for the second time. And I know the first test, Jadeja didn't have much of a bowl, but I still feel Ashwin could have been the difference today as well. We saw how much the rough was there, and we saw Jadeja not being a great turner, still was able to trouble batsmen and keep them in check. So maybe it depends again on the next test match pitch. If there is a bit of spin expected, probably they'll go with the same. Maybe if there is an injury scare or something, Ishant can get dropped, or not sure about it. Or maybe Shardul also can come back, because Shardul didn't do much bad last match except for the injury which happened to him. So now I'm not sure if Shardul is going to come back or Ishant is going to retain his spot.
Yeah,
Definitely Ashwin needs to be there. But the problem is the pace is doing well and taking 20 wickets in consecutive matches. I think none of the pacers deserve to be dropped as well. And Jadeja with his batting, even though he's not picking up wickets, at least with his batting, he is lending that balance. And I think Ashwin batting at number 7 is too high. So I think Jadeja actually lends that balance. So unfortunately, Ashwin has to miss out. And the next match is at Leeds. So I think at Leeds, you don't play 2 spinners most probably. But at the 4th test, which is at the Oval, I think the template could change, because it's kind of an Indian kind of pitch over there in Oval, where it's mainly going to help the batsman. So I think you would need 2 spinners there, where on the 4th and 5th day, the spinners could come into play. So I think that's the only test where Ashwin might play. And again, 5th test, it's at Manchester. I don't think he'll again be dropped.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Anyway, two more things. And in hindsight, look, I was also pissed. Virat Kohli dropped Bairstow, was it?
Butler.
Yeah, he dropped Butler. But looking back in hindsight, I think these things bound to happen. Would you guys have blamed Virat Kohli if the match was drawn and Butler still would have been out, and say India and England scraped through by last wicket? Would you still blame Virat Kohli, or you will see this as it happens in cricket?
It happens, but it was not such a difficult catch actually. So you are expected to take such catches. You take it 9 out of 10 times. So he had to take it. But if no, we'll forgive him. So now we have won the match, but we would have had a definitely different opinion if India had lost the match.
Yeah,
So that would be my tie. I still will be harsh on that. He had to take that catch. Had he taken the catch, maybe we could have won it a little earlier as well, because that dogged resistance from Butler came after the drop. So maybe we could have won it a little earlier, and like we didn't have to go through all this tension, whatever we went through in the last 1 hour.
that's true. And Syed, last question. I know Brisbane was different, Gabba was different, but Gabba versus Lords, is it as equal as a win or is it better than Gabba?
No, I wouldn't probably compare GABA and Lords, because though both of them had a different intensity, right? So this one, it was an up and down kind of a match where we kind of dominated first day, and then they came back with root century, and then they pushed us against the wall with those early wickets, and then the lower order batsmen coming back. But overall, I think it's a good day for cricket, I would say. GABA, it was actually again a one-man show, if you ask me, with the last day effort of Rishabh Pant, right? So that also is an even Steven. Suddenly we won it, but I would probably rate GABA little bit higher,
Hmm. Me
because
too.
team the record which they had, and what kind of situation we were in. Because if you look at the squad also, for that matter, right? Last test match or last two test matches in Australia, we just made the people who are available in the squad to play because
Yeah,
of injuries and people returning. So at that kind of a moment, we won that match is something which was very, very special. But this again is our full strength bowling squad and the batting depth we had. So
yeah,
that way, I would definitely rate Gaba a little bit more than Lords. But this is definitely special because we never thought of a win at the end of day 4, and we coming back and winning from that position has been a great thing.
yeah,
No, for me, I would say each overseas win is special, because anything you win overseas is special. But I would not like to compare between any victories here, because we have seen like India have dominated. We were in an era where India have We've seen an era of players where India have dominated more at home and lost overseas. Only from the time of Ganguly it started changing, and now we have started winning more. So we have good kind of pace bowlers now. So yeah, everyone is special. But again, as Syed said, but if you compare the squads and the way we after the 36 all out, the way we came back, I think Australia series was definitely special. But every series win overseas or every test win overseas is special for me.
yeah, absolutely. And look, this has been fantastic. Still rush of blood. Go enjoy the victory. But before we drop, one important thing: even though we are a sports channel, we don't subscribe to any politics. What is happening in Afghanistan and people for Afghanistan, huge prayers and thoughts for them. The fact that we have privilege of watching cricket and doing live stream versus people struggling in another country trying to flee away shows that how unfair life is. And Jibinit Mohanty, who's probably our new entrant or new subscriber, thank you for asking the question. And Vishak and Syed, last thoughts on Afghanistan?
No,
It's
it is definitely pathetic what is going on there. And even we saw a video today. It's definitely sad actually. But what we saw a video that Ajay had posted today, right? People literally trying to catch the plane, and some people jumping off the plane as well. So they are desperate to get out of the country. So these are sad signs. Even I think Kevin Peterson spoke to Rashid Khan, and he was also worried about his family yesterday. So like everybody is worried at the moment, and hope things get back to normalcy. And all our prayers are with Afghanistan. I think India and USA are also supporting Afghanistan here. So we need more. We need to give them more support with our army or whatever we can, and try to restore whatever peace they can.
Syed,
Yeah,
last thought?
prayers for Afghans, right? So it's a terrible thing what is happening. I hope definitely the things get better. A lot of families stuck there, so we try and see what we can do in terms of here. So let's see if government can get these people safely out. So definitely a horrible thing going on. I hope things get better soon.
Yeah, prayers and thoughts for Afghanistan and Rashid Khan. If you're listening, or if you ever will listen to us, our thoughts are with you, and we support you and your country. Syed and Vishak, Great India victory again. Third test match, England will be back with a bang, but hope you guys enjoyed. For folks who got engaged, Mithun, Ravi, Ajay PK, Akash, and whoever else, Anil Jain, and Debajit, Jivanjit Mohanty, thank you for joining in and thank you for your comments. Vishak and Syed, go enjoy rest of the day and probably open up a beer bottle, I think, or something of sort on Monday to enjoy. But great win, India. Thanks
Thanks.
for watching and see you next time.
See you soon. Thank you,
Thanks.
guys.
Stay
Bye.
safe, everyone.